Alright, so welcome back to Stretching Saves episode 1. This is part 2. Now there's a lot I could talk about, and it's kind of hard to work with you being there wherever you are and me being here. So let me just say there's a few things that I consider very critical, hips being one of them for jiu-jitsu. I mean, really for just about anything, but hips and your hamstrings. And hamstrings are critical no matter what you do. Everything. Hamstrings. So what I want you to do right now is get a belt. And, well, if you've already got a belt, do jiu-jitsu. If you don't do jiu-jitsu, and even if you don't want to use your jiu-jitsu belt, either way, get a belt, dedicate it to stretching, put some stickers on it, draw on it with a marker, I don't care, but dedicate it just to stretching, and hang it up somewhere by your keys. It's going to remind you every day. And jump over and check out my hamstring flexibility video. Now granted, apologize, it's a bit long, it's like 10 minutes, really it only needs to be like 5 minutes, but I talk a lot. I'd like to make sure that, the instruction is thorough. But go check that out and do your stretches every day. If you can't touch your toes, you got some work to do. If you can, but you can't put your hands flat on the floor, you got some work to do. There's always more. Until you start reaching the limits of your body. Which is where I'm at right now, but I'm working on it, I'm almost at the splits, but my hips pop out a little bit. But that's just me. And another thing I'd like to say, when you get hurt, if you didn't actually tear anything, if it's not a diagnosed injury, it's probably pre-injury. Now you can't just take what I'm saying and consider that medical advice, because I'm not a doctor, but if you haven't ripped anything, you know when you're seriously hurt. But when you get that that ache, that pain that's pretty tight, sometimes tight enough to keep you out of the roll, for a couple of days, I promise you, sitting around is not the answer. And you might say, hey, I don't know what to do, but that's that's what I'm here for. That's what a lot of hopefully a lot of other people are out there for. That's what a personal trainer should be thinking about first. Your health first, not money. Like, hey, let's get you some quick gains, but not worry about long term. Strength, flexibility, and resiliency. The first two are easier to understand, but resiliency is actually pretty hard if you don't have the knowledge. Basically, self-physical therapy is what I'm talking about. Advanced stretching, targeting, like I said before, the routes, the pathways of tightness and pain, indirect stretching. If you ask me, my back's tight, how to stretch my back. You ask me, your knee's tight, how to stretch your knee. Well, you're going to see a lot of the same stretches come up because it's all connected. It's like an instrument. You might stretch something and you may not feel it where it hurts, but then afterwards, you'll feel it there. So start stretching every day.